for you. And for some reason, there's a lot of people that are really afraid of this nappy headed black bitch who just has a lot to say, but not really a lot to offer. So I'm not afraid of Candace Owens, and I'm happy to match her energy. I'm happy to wrestle in the mud with that bitch and, you know, roll around and hurl insults back and forth with her if that's what she wants to do. I'm not afraid of Candace Owens. There's really honestly nothing that this woman can do to me. There's nothing that Candace Owens can say about me that's going to harm me.
What's up, big folk? This your boy MAZ. Now, guys, get your popcorn because the civil war on the racist right continues. We got Candace Owens versus Laura Loomer. You know, the racist white chick that's always talking to Donald Trump. She's supposed to be like Donald Trump's pit bull or some shit. Guys, let me tell you something. I love this. I love this fighting. Let them motherfuckers fight. Let them burn this shit to the ground. Fuck all the motherfuckers. Fuck all their ass. Let the racist right burn to the ground. All of them. Get your popcorn, guys, because this shit has got nuclear. Laura Loomer, she's got these receipts on Candace Owens, and she's giving Candace Owens this work.
Didn't really know Candace back then, so they don't really know anything about her life. But I actually do know about Candace's life because I used to hang out with her. Like I said, we used to have sleepovers, we used to go out, and she had told me at the time that she got invited to the David Horowitz Restoration Weekend event. So this is a big conference of Zionist Jews. And I was always invited because when I was working for Project Veritas, I not only did undercover work, but I also did fundraising for James O'Keefe occasionally. So he would bring me with him to go to these events. It was called the David Horowitz Restoration Weekend Freedom Center. And it was always at the Breakers Hotel in Palm Beach. And it was mostly a Zionist Jewish conference. I would say like there were evangelicals there too, but a lot of Zionist Jews went there. And it was very much focused on issues of national security and counterterrorism, things like that. So I had always gone, and the tickets were very expensive to go every single year. And one year they invited Candace Owens, right? Because this is when she was like that token black girl in the media making all these videos like, well, what do you mean? Like Black Lives Matter this and Black Lives Matter that? Like tried to be like your typical token black chick online, called herself Red Pill Black, got picked up by InfoWars, Paul Joseph Watson, went viral, whatever. Well, the thing about Candace is she was always a Democrat. She was always a radical leftist, and she used to have this site called Social Autopsy where she would dox people, specifically conservatives. And it wasn't until she started dating Ryan that Ryan...
This is a key point, y'all. This is a key point right here because I say this shit all the time in my videos. A lot of these black conservatives, right, they'll come around y'all. And they'll spew y'all white supremacist talking points, but they really don't like y'all like that. These motherfuckers be Democrats the whole time. They'll come around y'all, spew all these little white supremacist talking points, spew all these little racist talking points, right? Just to get attention, just to get paid, and just to get a check, right? And they'll try to pretend like they're on your side, but they really don't really like y'all like that. Seriously. These black Democrats, this is for all my YT conservatives out there, all the MAGA red hats out there. These black conservatives, they really don't like y'all like that. I'm telling you, these people are grifting. They're just there for a check.
Started talking to her about President Trump and convinced her to make videos in her garage. So Ryan helped her get a YouTube channel set up, helped her get a Twitter channel set up, and he would help her write the scripts for these videos where she would talk about Black Lives Matter. And I remember because, like I said, they would talk about this openly when we would go out. We used to go to this little tapas bar.
So right there, I'm assuming that she's sitting around talking about black people in front of these white folks. And you see, this is a problem. And this is one of the problems that a lot of these black conservatives do. They'll sit around here and talk about black people amongst these white people like that. And these white people don't really respect that. And you see, later on, they can use that to disrespect you. And while you're sitting around here in front of them denigrating black people, they think the same exact thing about you. The same things that you're sitting around here saying about black people, these raccoon conservatives, these people like Laura Loomer, they think the same thing about you. This token black girl shit, she's always thought that about Candace Owens. Like this negative shit, this racial shit she's saying about Candace Owens, she's always thought that the whole time. And her and Candace Owens used to be friends. They used to hang out together. And let me tell you something, guys. This is how they think about you. This is what they think about you. No matter how articulate you are, no matter how nice you dress, no matter how much you fight for them, no matter how much you stunt for them, they still think this about you. This is what all of them think about you.
In Greenwich and hang out all the time. And I just remember her saying like, oh, I was always a leftist. And then Ryan started making me more conservative. Ryan and his mom, Lisa. And
Candace Owens still a leftist, man. She's still a leftist. She's a conservative woman in disguise. She's still a leftist.
privately, when we weren't around Ryan, I would ask her sometimes like, oh, do you think you're going to marry Ryan? She's like, oh yeah, Ryan's always been there for me. When I had my infections on my face from when I was in this mold infested apartment, Ryan was there for me. I looked like a monster and my skin was basically falling off my face, but Ryan was always there for me, and Ryan always took care of me, and Ryan always did this, and Ryan always did that. And his mother, Lisa, oh my God, I just adore his mother, Lisa. She's the best. She's the best. And I just remember her always talking about how she wanted to be like a suburban wife. Like she wanted to drive like a black Escalade. She used to talk about how Club Monaco was her favorite store, and she always just wanted to have like a white husband and be like, married to like a established white man. And she used to tell me like, oh, I don't date black men. And she's like, in fact, when I was in high school, I was known as the girl that would like go to the club and basically steal your man. And she would tell me these stories about how there were all these like rich, pretty, like blonde white girls with blue eyes who had everything in the world. They were like popular girls. And Candace said, oh yeah, I would always like go to the clubs and go out and like make out with their boyfriends and basically be like, I could take your man, bitch. Like that's how she literally used to talk. And she would say, there was something just like really satisfying to me about being a black girl from the hood, being able to like walk into a ritzy bar in Greenwich and leave with the hottest white guy there and basically like ruin the relationship of like the popular white girl. This is how she used to speak.
Guys, Laura Loomer would be lying, but this point right here, it's kind of 50-50. I can kind of believe it because, like I said earlier, to my earlier point, these black MAGAs, these black conservatives, these raccoon conservatives, these Sambo soldiers, they do not like y'all like that. For real, for real. They don't like y'all. They're just there for a check. These black conservatives, they have low-key disdain for y'all. For real, for real. No matter how much they spew y'all, no matter how much they say shit that y'all like, no matter how much they denigrate black people, right? They can't stand y'all. They are just there for a check. They're hustling. It's pretty much, it's just a grift. They don't really believe that bullshit they be saying. People like Candace Owens and Officer Tatum, you know what I'm saying? And what's that chick named Amala? They don't really believe that bullshit that they're saying.
And one time when we were hanging out and I was sleeping over at her house, she was wearing these really short shorts and she had this like crop top on, and she leaned over to pick something up. And she had a tramp stamp. She actually had a tramp stamp on her like lower back above her butt. And I was like, oh, wow, you have a tramp stamp. I was kind of like teasing her about it. And she's like, yeah, someday I need to get it removed though. She was like, yeah, someday I need to get it removed. And I think she said she got it when she was like 17 or 18 years old. So again, she likes to make herself out to be like, she's like this very prim and proper.
That's why there is no diabetes in Israel. If you are a Christian and don't know that the cure for
or woman married to this man who, you know, she knew for 2 weeks, who some people think he's gay, lavender marriage, who knows, right? There's a lot there going on. But she's not who she makes herself out to be. This is a girl that used to talk about, like, you know, how she would walk into clubs and bars and steal, like, oh, the white athletic guy from the white blonde girl, just to show her that, oh, you know, I can take your man. I can take your man, bitch. Like, very ghetto behavior. And so I bring this up because...
Well, you say that's very ghetto behavior, but you hung out with this woman. You slept in this woman's house. And then on top of that, you wanted to criticize her for having ghetto behavior. I mean, that says more about you. But like right there, guys, this is what she thought about Candace the whole time. While Candace around here lambasting black folks, she's thinking the same thing about Candace. While Candace Owens is sitting around here talking about ghetto black people, she thinks the same thing about Candace. This is how these people think about you. No matter how much you spew their talking points, no matter how nice you dress, no matter how articulate you are, this is how these people think about you.
And for some reason, there's a lot of people that are really afraid of this nappy-headed black bitch who just has a lot to say, but not really a lot to offer. So I'm not afraid of Candace Owens, and I'm happy to match her energy. I'm happy to wrestle in the mud with that bitch and, you know, roll around and hurl insults back and forth with her if that's what she wants to do. I'm not afraid of Candace Owens. There's really honestly nothing that this woman can do to me. There's nothing that Candace Owens can say about me that's going to harm me. Candace Owens is a liar, okay? And she's a deeply insecure woman who is very unloved at the end of the day. This is a woman who is allegedly in a relationship with a gay man who is always going to feel the rejection.
Guys, it wouldn't be Laura Loomer if she didn't sprinkle a little bit of racism in there. Nappy-headed black bitch. Once again, guys, that's pretty much what she thought of Candace the whole time. That's what she thought of Candace the whole time. When you're sitting around here talking down on black people to try to appease these people, and you're doing everything to get attention so you can get a check. Hey, and guys, make no mistake. I don't feel bad for Candace Owens. Like Laura Loomer is making it racial towards her. And guess what? I'm not offended, but at the same time, I don't feel bad for Candace Owens. Good for her ass. That's good for her. Candace Owens spent her whole career, for the most part, denigrating and lambasting black people. Every time there was some kind of injustice with the police, Candace Owens went out there and defended the police and made the black person, the victim, out to be the damn perpetrator. She's done that every time. So I don't feel sorry for Candace Owens. She's around here trying to fight for Charlie Kirk's honor. Charlie Kirk was our enemy. This dude is always denigrating the black community. You sitting around here trying to fight for this dude honor. This dude was our enemy. So I can't stress this point enough. I do not feel bad for Candace Owens. Good for her motherfucking ass. That's what she get. This the company that you chose to keep. This is the bed that you made, so you lay in it.
Of her family, the rejection of her mother, the rejection of her family that she claims left her alone when she was 14 years old, right, to fend for herself. This is a girl whose parents gave up on her at a very young age, and she is not loved. And as I said, God hates you, Candace. God hates you. Your husband hates you. Humanity hates you. Everybody who loved Charlie Kirk hates you. Your children are 100% going to hate you. And if what Milo is saying about your husband allegedly getting plunged in the ass by other men is true, your husband, the person that you're supposed to grow old and died with, hates you, Candace. So just, there's one thing that you need to do, Candace. You need to just internalize how hated you are, okay? Just understand how much oxygen you're stealing and what a shame it is, how much oxygen you are robbing from this planet. I think there needs to be like a quota on the oxygen that Candace is allowed to consume. Just understand how hated you are. I just want you to internalize every single time you do your show and you think that you are, spreading your truth, just internalize how hated you are, Candace, and just know that you are truly irredeemable. Nothing you say or do is ever going to be able to redeem your dark soul and your dark heart. You're never going to be loved the way that Erica Kirk was loved by Charlie Kirk. A lavender marriage is never going to make you feel fulfilled. And someday your children are going to grow old enough and they're going to be able to watch your psychotic rants and your harassment of a widow. And you are going to forever be known as the crazy woman whose parents, the parents of other children are not going to want their kids going over to your home when you're displaying signs of postpartum psychosis and schizophrenia. You think that parents are going to let their children go to play dates with your kids? Your kids are going to grow up isolated. They're going to grow up alone, and they're going to grow up resenting you for creating a toxic home and a toxic social life for them, because everybody's going to view you as the woman who made lies up about the way that Charlie Kirk was assassinated and spent all of your time attacking a grieving widow instead of raising your own children. So I guess that's my message to you, Candace, is you need to internalize just how hated you are. And I would tell you to repent, but sadly there is no redeeming you. And a lot of people would say that maybe God created Candace Owens. Maybe God created Candace Owens at the end of the day so that he could have an example of what true evil really looked like, right? Like maybe God created Candace Owens so that everybody else on planet Earth would have a living, breathing example of what the most despicable living organism on planet Earth could look like or could actually manifest to be someday.
Whew. Laura Loomer just gave Candace Owens that work, y'all. But I'm here for it. I'm loving the show. Get your popcorn, guys, and enjoy the show. Let them fight. Let them tear that bitch down. Man, she's doing Candace Owens like this. She's coming at Candace Owens like this because she knows she can. Because Candace Owens, she damn sure can't come around us. Candace Owens don't really got nowhere to go. She can't go to no certain community to get protection or to back her up. Because she damn sure can't come over here with us. You already know that. She can't come over here with us. All those years of lambasting black people and denigrating us, nope. So these people know that, and they're going to do you how they're going to do you. And at the end, once again, guys, I do not feel sorry for Candace Owens. That's good for her ass. I'm actually glad this shit happening to her. Let me know what you think in the comments, y'all. This your boy MAZ, Mazzo Speaks. Like and subscribe, man. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm out.